If you've been searching for the best credit card of 2026, you've probably seen the same lists over and over. You've heard about the new Bilt Palladium, the massive 125,000-point bonus on the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and the coupon book wars between Amex and Chase. But I've analyzed the top videos ranking these cards, and I noticed something. While they're great at telling you how to earn points, almost no one is talking about the mental cost of keeping them. Today, we aren't doing a tier list. We are going to deconstruct the 3 biggest traps in the 2026 credit card market that even the experts are glossing over. Trap number 1. The effective annual fee math is broken. You'll hear influencers say that a card with an $895 annual fee, like the Amex Platinum, actually pays you $5 to hold it. They justify this by stacking credits: $200 for Uber, $200 for airline incidentals, $100 for Reese, and credits for Lululemon or Dunkin' Donuts. Here's the reality that is often missed. Prepayment is not savings. In 2026, premium cards have become aggressive lifestyle managers. The Chase Sapphire Reserve now offers a $300 DoorDash credit, but it's broken down into $25 chunks: $5 for food, $10 for grocery, and $10 for retail. The Amex Platinum splits its credits into monthly or quarterly, use it or lose it allowances. If you are changing your behavior, ordering DoorDash when you would have cooked, or buying a shirt at Lululemon just to use a credit, your effective annual fee isn't negative. It's actually higher than the sticker price because you are forced to overspend to break even. As one honest review noted, the Chase Sapphire Reserve feels like it was designed so customers think they get benefits, but actually can't use them all. Trap number 2, the gamification of rent. The biggest buzz in 2026 is around the new Bilt Palladium card. Influencers are hyping it because of the 50,000-point sign-up bonus and gold status. But there is a massive complexity here that most videos gloss over. Under the new Bilt 2.0 system, you can't just pay rent and earn points passively anymore. You now have to earn Bilt cash on everyday spend, earning 4%, and then convert that to unlock your rent points. Think about the opportunity cost. To maximize this card, you might need to buy a points accelerator, boosting your earn rate to 3x for a limited time. This forces you to funnel all your spending onto one card to solve a math puzzle. While creators are excited about transferring Bilt points to partners like Alaska or Hyatt, ask yourself, do you want a credit card or do you want a part-time job? If you miss a threshold or fail to manage your Bilt cash correctly, the value proposition collapses. Trap number 3, the lounge access Mirage. Almost every luxury tier list puts a huge value on airport lounge access. But let's look at the fine print that was buried in the 2026 updates. If you are a domestic traveler in the US, Priority Pass memberships included with these cards are becoming increasingly useless. Many lounges are departure only, or they turn away pass holders when they are full, which is often. Even the high-end cards have caveats. The Chase Sapphire Reserve gives you access to Sapphire lounges, but there are only a handful of them: Boston, New York, Vegas. If you don't live in those specific cities, that value is zero. Furthermore, Capital One removed free lounge access for authorized users on the Venture X starting in 2026. So, if you're a family traveler relying on one card to get everyone into the lounge, your strategy might already be dead. Unless you are flying international business class or live in a hub city, do not pay an annual fee solely for lounge access. So, what is the solution? If you want to win in 2026, you might need to ignore the S-tier luxury cards and look at the boring workhorses that flew under the radar in the search results. 1. The Keep It Simple strategy. Consider the Capital One Venture X. Despite the changes, it remains one of the only cards where the $300 travel credit is a flat deduction, not a monthly coupon, and you get 10,000 anniversary miles. It requires almost zero mental load. 2. The stacking strategy. Instead of paying high fees, use no-fee cards with high multipliers. The Citi Custom Cash earns 5% on your top category automatically. The Chase Prime Visa gives you 5% on Amazon without an annual fee. 3. The one and done strategy. If you rent, the Bilt Palladium is S tier, but only if you are willing to play their Jamie. If you aren't, a simple 2% cashback card like the Citi Double Cash or Fidelity Visa will likely net you more money because you won't be tempted to spend $25 on a dining credit you didn't need. The best credit card for 2026 isn't the one with the highest ranking on YouTube. It's the one that fits your spending habits today, not the lifestyle the credit card company wants you to buy into. If you enjoyed this reality check, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. Are you canceling your high fee cards this year?